Don't get me started.
Don't get me started. Oh, shut your mouth.
You know, it's been a while,
Yes.
but I'm still really happy with that.
Yeah, me too. Actually, I was just looking at it, not talking as well, because you told me not to. And that's good advice, Jeremy.
Yeah. Shut your mouth.
Advice I should take. Advice I should take to heart. Now, I was watching the intro, which is obviously wonderful. Good work on that. But I'm like, shit. When we get things started,
Cheers, Nova.
woo! When we actually get started, does that mean like we cause a world war, an apocalypse? Because all those images in that were all kind of like the world ending. Is
Most of them are from like nuclear test sites during World War II or after World War II, rather. I think
a whole bunch of soldiers, yeah, goose stepping along, whatever, like that, and then all these things like exploding. I'm like, shit. I just told people I didn't like, Voyager or whatever. I didn't expect this to be the result. I didn't know. So yeah, I was enjoying that and thinking to myself, oh shit. I didn't know I had that sort of level of power. It's like, I'm so fucked off.
We didn't start the fire, but we did begin the nuclear winter.
Billy Joel first drafts. I bloody love Billy Joel. Just saying.
Take him or leave him, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you know what? I watched The Boys, the TV show The Boys, and one of the characters in that really likes Billy Joel. As a result, loads of Billy Joel plays throughout it, and in various formative or important parts, it plays Billy Joel. I'm like, I love their consistent approach to keep playing Billy Joel. We got a whole bunch of people in the stream already.
We do, and a hearty fuck Shedstore to all of them. Thank you very much for joining us.
Yes.
We've got a lot to rant about, as usual.
Shock. Do we ever?
Horror. I know that's not fully consistent with this show and the format of this show, the ranting and the bantering and all that, but how we're going to do it anyway.
We're going to do it
for you guys.
Because somebody said that we couldn't.
Yeah, never tell me I can't do something.
Never tell.
That is the worst, and you can vouch for this, I'm sure. That is the worst possible thing you can ever do, is tell me that I cannot do something.
Do you know what? You're the same as Captain Brilliant. Captain Brilliant, I used to work with Captain Brilliant. It's how I know him. He came to work in the same place as I did. And I remember this, some of our colleagues was like, you wouldn't dare. That was the thing they said to him. And I'm like, oh no. Danger, Will Robinson. It's like Captain Brilliant, they said, which was very prescient of them. Captain Brilliant, they said, back in 2003, you wouldn't dare. One of the, I think he was trying to put he was going to threaten to put pens in the hair of this girl who had a lot of hair. And she's like, you wouldn't dare. And I'm like, well, that's happening.
That's the end of that.
That's the end of that. I've never known him not do a thing that he has been, you wouldn't dared to do. So bear that in mind.
Yes. Yeah. No, mine is a little more kind of wanton than that.
The opposite.
It's not you dare me. I'm like, well, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Fuck off. Don't care. It's more if you tell me I'm not capable of doing something, or you doubt me in any way, then fuck you, asshole. I'm going to learn how to do it. I don't care if I have to take a university course to get this done. I'm going to fucking do it just to prove you fucking wrong.
Isn't this like the American way, right? Because I've seen it so many times. It's like, somebody just said you couldn't. And it's like, right, that's it. I fucking did it. So I think it's quite a nice, inspiring thing to say. It's like, well, someone said you couldn't learn Japanese. Well, I'll show them. Well, maybe I won't. But I could.
Yeah, I'm working on that one really, really, really slowly.
I got some Japanese books if you want them. They're over there.
Might as well. Might as well. I'll add them to the others that I use every now and again and then forget.
I can't remember. It has a very clever Japanese... Oh, where are they? I can't see them. Doesn't matter. Japanese.
Let's catch up with the chat.
Yes, let's!
So right at the start, we had a pre-stream lurk from Little Cute Girl. She's gone to walk Spock. We'll welcome her back / pretend we were talking about her as soon as she gets back.
I like that.
What an epic epic music pre-intro start to the stream, says Kerry Stubb.
I mean, I didn't hear it, but I know what it was.
Do you know what's nap about that, though? Well, you know, because I told you as we were doing it. I looked at the length of the song to go, right, at what point do I need to start this for it to finish perfectly to go into the intro? Looked at it, it was right, 2 minutes, 2 seconds. Perfect, right, cool. So at 2 minutes and 3 seconds, I hit go. And as soon as the countdown expired, there the song still was. Turns out it's 2 minutes 28 seconds. So yeah, go figure.
Not a good start.
Not a good start.
But it was still
Should
there.
just use the Enterprise Mirror Universe intro. Yes, that's. Have you seen that? You probably haven't.
What? No. There's what? Carry on.
In season 4 of Enterprise.
Oh yeah, no.
They go to the mirror universe, the well-established mirror universe in Star Trek.
Yes.
And as a result, they change
the
intro music, the theme tune, everything, and it's like that dystopian kind of everything that's positive about the Enterprise opening, because it's like the first missions into space and all that kind of all of that cool stuff. It's the opposite, because the
what is the opposite?
Prologue of that episode is kind of a repeat of the first contact scene from Star Trek First Contact. Complete with dude from Babe, Cromwell, Oliver Cromwell,
James Cromwell.
Oliver Cromwell is some kind of historical figure. My brain
Oliver
is not
Cromwell
working.
was the leader of the Roundheads in opposition to Parliament.
Slightly different guy.
They are different people.
So they play that scene verbatim right up until the point where the Vulcans come out of their spaceship, their kind of classic UFO. But rather than them giving, they give the live long and prosper, but the people that come to greet them are like and just kill the fuck out of everyone, as is the way in the mirror. You have to watch that. If you don't watch any other episode of Enterprise, watch that one. It's amazing.
I have a feeling now, because I remember when Enterprise came out, I watched a bit of it. I don't want to get into it. I don't want to get started on this.
Don't get me Star Trek.
Don't get me Star Trek. I just didn't think it was all that good and didn't want to touch it. But now I will go back to all this stuff. I will.
Yes. How far are you through your Voyager rewatch, whatever you want to call it?
I kind of stopped because I didn't want to get into it too far, and also I was watching a bit of Umbrella Academy, which has been really good, and I've been reading about wine, so I keep getting distracted by shiny other things. Mainly because something will come like Discovery, or there'll be an American football game I haven't watched on repeat yet, or blah blah blah. So not any further than the Voyager episode where they find that this world has been destroyed, and then they go back in time and they realize that they're the cause of it, and blah blah blah.
Man,
which, by the way,
that is a good episode.
It is an excellent. I remember thinking that it was an excellent episode at the time, and I thought about it. I thought this is really good. It is really good. I want to say that trope has been used on a couple of occasions, but I don't remember when. So maybe it hasn't, but it is really neatly done. So my love affair with Voyager carries on. That's a hat.
And as you say, distracted by shiny things, I'm going to get back to the catching up on the chat, which has gone really well so far. Tamsanaki said, "I've got amaretto. I think this is Jez's fault. It's someone's fault anyway."
Amaretto.
Yeah, I was drinking amaretto during the tribute to Alex Trebek.
Oh yeah, amaretto, the almond-based liqueur. Yeah,
correct.
Good choice. I see that.
One says Comrade Wizard 0014. I keep cutting you off today. I'm sorry about
that. No. I want to join in. You carry on.
That is a jolly hap, Tamsanaki. Absolutely. Jez, on your right behind you, is that a Kamen Rider Fies thing? What is it? It is a Kamen Rider Fies thing. It is a figurized figure, and I will show you later and sell it to you, because that's how I roll.
I'm looking at
I think there's a song there for you.
I'm not singing today. I don't get any bits. But I do like the fact that Nova has put Billy Joel as the man. You're right.
Yeah, I glossed over that one.
Amaretto, rock me amaretto, rock me amaretto, amaretto, amaretto. Do 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 do. Was this the one you meant? I don't think there's another one. By the way, I bought. Oh, I'll get onto that.
That'll be 100 bits, please.
That'll be 100 bits. It seems like quite a steep price to pay for what has always been about 20 seconds worth of me singing. I don't know.
If that.
I mean, it depends. It varies. Your mileage may vary, but the quality is always amazing. So you're fucking welcome.
That's a free one. Save up your bits for tomorrow night and save up your list of requests.
I don't know every song. You know that, right? I mean, I know a lot of songs, but
well, every song. That's some homework for you. By tomorrow night, learn every song. How hard can it be?
I was singing a song today. I was like, oh, I know that one. Hope that one comes up. So stupid. Like such a fucking random song came into my head, which I'm not going to say. But anyway, my mum would call me every Saturday at 9 when Piano Man came on the radio. Every Saturday at 9 when Piano Man. Why did it came on at the same time? I mean, it's 9 o'clock on a Saturday. The regular crowd shuffles in. If I could play Piano Man,
radio station needs some variety. I feel
it's just like,
why would you tune in every week for the same playlist of music?
I mean, they probably played a different song after that. But if I was starting my radio show and it was an easy listening radio show, and I started 9 o'clock on a Saturday, I probably would start with Piano Man because it's in the lyrics. After that, it would be like Killer Queen or something. So,
yes, Kamen Rider Wizard, I will talk to you about it later.
Lil Q is back. Everyone's getting in. Everyone's coming in. I hope you've got your ranting trousers on, everybody, because this one's going to be a doozy, I can tell you. Even if I don't know if it will or not, I'm telling you it will.
We'll make it one, whether it was planned to be one or not.
Yes, and in the segment that we like to call, the segment that lasts about 45 minutes every week, let's go into a segment we actually call This Is Happening.
In a world filled with haps and naps, two men have risen above to bring you This Is Happening.
It is happening. It happens. It always happens for quite a long time. I blame the chat, Jeremy.
Yeah, it does seem to be their fault. I'll go with that.
100%.
It's the chat's fault. Speaking of which, I think Karis may have already won this game. With Nap, I don't have ranting trousers.
Bring me my ranting trousers.
Wife, bring me my ranting trousers. They're at the dry cleaners, dear. Shit!
God damn it. You have to dry clean them. I like these ranting trousers, very specifically made. This wool cashmere mix or something like that. I don't know. Yeah.
Kamen Rider Wizard asks you. Right, I'm confused, always be chatting. Last night on your game stream, your room was mirrored, and tonight it's the other way around. What is this magic?
Is this like a Q&A at a convention? It's like, are we supposed to expect that always be chatting's room is like magic? I mean, what is up with that? Yeah. Am I not the right way round? Oh no, I'm the wrong way round. Well,
yeah.
Oh yeah, hold on. Let me. Now I'm looking at our stream like that. I should be facing that way. Yes, I should go back.
Izzy Wizzy, let's get busy.
There you go. I thought I got it right the first time. But I evidently did not check correctly. Whoops.
I wonder if anybody got that reference. If you do, let me know.
Well, Izzy Wizzy, let's get busy. That's was it Tamzanaki will? I can guarantee it. She got my Grange Hill reference. You'll get that one. Yeah, what wizardry is this? Yeah, no. Horizontal flip. Loving it. That's what you get for Pro Droid Cam and many more. Don't ask me to name the other features. Many more. Zoom in, zoom out. White balance. Should we get on with the segment?
Yeah, sure. Not connecting to USB because it doesn't work.
No. What the fuck, man?
This man is a wizard. Yes, you need to hand over your name. Kamen Rider Wizard.
Yeah. You're just Kamen Rider now. Yeah. You're a wizard, Kamen Rider. Do people say that to you? They should do. So, yes, we call this Is Happening. We talk about what's happened, what's not, what's hot, what's not, what's shit, what's a hit. Oh, that was good.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
I just like made that up. That's improvisation, man. And you can join in with us because we're going to say what we think and you're going to say what you think and everyone's going to be happy. So let's have some haps. Drop some haps in the chat. And I'm going to ask Jeremy, what's hap? What are you happy about? What are you pleased about?
My first hap is that Tamsinaki got the reference. It is indeed Sooty.
It is Sooty!
Other than that, my big hap also involves Tamsinaki, everyone in the chat, you, because my hap is community game night from last Friday night, because that was just so much fun.
It was good.
Normally when like that kind of joke is made, unless it's on here or like people sitting next to me, nobody sees me piss myself laughing at the ridiculous, stupid jokes that are made. But there, front and center, was me dying at some of the jokes that were made. I really enjoyed that, and I'm looking forward to repeating the process on Saturday night. Yeah.
I'm gonna get some wine delivered to me.
Shock.
I know. Do you know? I'm really getting into that, as you will learn. Well, more than
right now,
as I'm holding the wine, guys. I'm okay. Just in case some of you might be, like some people have a thing that says hydrate. One of the chat box options. I should have one that just says, just stop. All right. Okay.
Alex, you've had enough.
You've had it. I think you've had enough. Yeah, that might be not a bad one actually. I think someone you can pay channel points, play chat bucks to stop me from drinking.
Take his keys, 1,000 points.
Yeah. The good thing about lockdown is that I'm not going anywhere. So happy days are here again. So
2,000 points, you're cut off.
Oh no, that sounds shit. Why would I? It's like, as I said the other day, people having channel points for like make people do star jumps or burpees. I'm like, fuck that shit. What the fuck are you thinking? How can it be entertaining for literally anybody? So anyway, yes, community gaming stream. That was a blast. We had a lot of fun. And you're doing it again on Saturday. It's going to be a laugh.
Yes, yeah. I mean, we've barely scratched the surface of
options.
That Jackbox game that we played, Party Pack 3. And when we exhaust that, we'll move on to another Jackbox Party Pack, because there are lots of them.
Tamsinaki. I was reading the chat and it said, next week he'll be upside down. I'm like, you've learnt another feature of the Droid Cam client. What wizardry is this? You must be impressed.
Wizard!
Put the wine down. Do you know, I was talking to Reese earlier and he said, I said, I'm going to get this wine, blah, blah, blah. He said, I'll join. He said, I'll join you on Thursday with some more wine. I'm like, no, I'm meant to be only drinking wine on the weekends, which include Friday. And so far, I've drunk it on Tuesday and Wednesday. If I drink it on Thursday and then Friday and then Saturday, then why didn't I just drink it on Monday and Sunday? Happy days. Anyway. A spider streamer. Let me know. Hey, Nova's like, let me know when you get to the naps. Oh, you're going to know when we get to the naps.
You'll know. It will become clear.
If I'm going to keep talking about this, let me tell you what my hap is.
Yes.
I've gone mad for wine. I've just gone bonkers for wine. I'm just loving it. Plus, I bought myself a decanter. So today I was like, what I do is I research everything. And so I go on best decanters and I look down the list and it tells me some. This is budget, luxury, if you want this, shaped like this, blah, blah, blah. And then I go to another one, like best decanters, and I pick another one, it tells you. And consistently, they kept telling me that this same one was the best. They just, it doesn't matter. They all agreed the best one was this certain one. And it cost me, and it's going to be £38. So I was like,
what? £38? What is? I don't even know what a decanter is. What does a decanter even do?
You put the wine in it and then you drink it and you pour it out from that instead of the bottle. So you have a I'll have to show you a picture of it, but I don't have a picture of it. But anyway, it's like a glass vessel. It various shapes and sizes you can get it in, and you pour this wine into the decanter, and then you drink it and you pour it out from the decanter instead. So it just sits in the decanter. So the question which you actually asked was, what's the point?
Why?
But why? Yeah. So like, wine, oh god, is this wine and bullshit? he asked the question. I'll tell you.
Sounds like bullshit to me, but carry on.
The wine needs to be aerated. It needs to be exposed to the air. So as a result of that being in the bottle, drinking it straight from the bottle means it hasn't had any opportunity to breathe and be aerated.
That's where a glass comes in. I've
certainly. And as you're drinking, so as a result, as you're drinking, this surface.
The chat seems to be right here with me. By the way, I'm just throwing that out there.
Mine comes in a bottle. I thought you pour it into a glass. Well, Daniel. By the way, I was once like you. I once had 38 pounds too. But now I've seen the light. Anyway, no, yes. That's why you'll notice like wine, like flutes for champagne are thinner and wine glasses for red wine are bigger, letting the air come over it. So yes, that will eventually aerate better by being open. But in order to get that process going, what you're advised to do is pour your bottle or the wine you're about to drink, all of it, right, into this thing, which then has a greater surface area to aerate. You leave it for a certain amount of time and it kind of opens up and lets it breathe. So your wine is therefore better. And something I read was, it doesn't matter if the wine is a shit bottle or a good bottle, all wine will benefit from being decanted. And I'm like, well, that sounds reasonable. Let's find out how much it's going to cost me. Yes, 38 pounds. Well, let's find another website.
Counterpoint.
Yes.
Save your 38 quid.
That's too late.
Pour your wine into a mixing bowl or a bedpan.
Yeah.
Or put the tap in, the plug in the sink and tip it. If surface area is what you're after, just kind of run it around the floor.
Now, at that point, you're absolutely right, because I read somewhere else when I was reading, it's like, if you don't have things, you could put it in a jug, like a measuring jug that you use for making stock in. You could do that. And the other day when I put it in my blender, like the blender pot that it comes with, all those things, or a bowl, all the things are totally reasonable options. But they don't pour very well when you go to pour them out of it, and they don't look very sexy. They don't look very nice, and the quality is shit. So anyway, so I bought a decanter, and that's what's happened with me.
Bucket,
meanwhile,
found in all good sheds.
And some shit ones. So yes, you're absolutely right. It is.
So when Karis flippantly said, and I didn't really understand, she said decanter. So we moved on to naps, right? She was absolutely right. You're a mug, mate.
No. Well, here's the thing, right?
You're a decanter, mate.
You fucking decanter. I went to like three different websites to check it, and they came back with the same one. I'm like, fuck it, I'll buy it. Fuck it, I'm buying it. The thing is, have we not got to that stage in our life where we buy nice things that we want? We go to Lakeland and we buy nice muffin trays. I mean, not me, but people who make muffins. The person that wants to do the thing buys the tool for the job, and it costs them X. I'm just saying. I'm not. Hey, by the way, you'll see it. It's coming tomorrow. You can see it. I'll knock it out. Put it on there.
Well, Nova refrained. He almost bought a Spock decanter at a convention. Couldn't justify the price.
How much was a decanter in the shape of Spock?
It was probably cheaper than this £38 one that you're buying.
By the way,
but yet he erred on the side of not a dickhead and didn't spend the money.
This is hand blown, which is exactly the way I like to be blown.
Giggity.
It's beautiful. It's really nice. But one of the ones they suggested, this California vineyard, was suggesting this other one. Said, if you really want one that's really perfect for doing it, it's this one. And I checked the price, and it was $128. And I was like, that's fucking ridiculous. But this is the comparison thing again, isn't it? Once you've seen something that's worth $250, $38 doesn't look so bad. Anyway, Hap. I'm Hap. It's my money. I'm spending it how I want to. And, I'm going to love it.
Carmen Ryder, impressed by wizards, said, "You've gone mad for wine during lockdown? That's called being an alcoholic."
No. I was an alcoholic before lockdown.
If anything, now it's just he's made it a culture rather than a vice.
Yes, I'm trying to. Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to.
How can I make this look less like I have a problem? I'll read a book. Books will tell me how to do this.
No alcoholic would read a book. They wouldn't be able to afford it. They'd have spent all their money on wine. No, so now I'm just like, hey guys, I'm gonna learn about wine. That's why I drink it so much. And look, I've got a book.
How could I possibly be an alcoholic? I spent £38 on a decanter.
Does that sound like the work of...
I'm clearly a wine prick, not an alcoholic.
Pricey purchases are justifiable while we can't go out and do things. Now, I can't remember who said it the other day. I was watching, like, this year is shit. Indulge yourselves.
That was me.
And so, Jeremy, that's how I feel. So, like, do you know, I bought an entire...
But I meant like a mince pie or like a chocolate bar. You know?
Yeah, no. And as a result of that, I bought a load of Biscoff, the kind of little coffee Lotus biscuits. I bought an entire packet of that.
Nice.
And I thought, do you know what? I'll have a gentle little miniature biscuit with every time I get a coffee. So I'd go and get a coffee and I'd have about 4 of them a day. And by the end of the day, the entire packet was gone. Because I was just like, I'll just take another 2. I'll just take another 2. Oh, some biscuits. I forgot some biscuits. And I'm like, oh, God. But who cares? So anyway, part of my indulgence, is buying a decanter. Apparently it's really good. I dare say the material, the surface area, the look of it. Also, it doesn't spill when well, it does. It obviously not. It will get it out into the glass. Well, hey, do you know what? In for a penny, in for £38. That's the phrase.
Just to put this topic to bed,
please.
Nova Charter says, it was a bust of Spock from the 1970s. Feel like it was $45 or more, which when you do the math, it's about 38 quid.
Yeah, that is about it. So it costs the same, but I bet the one of Spock did not decant as well as the one I'm going to get. It's not built for being decanted. It's just built to look like Spock. Spock's head can't decant shit. I'm just saying.
It's probably a bit of his torso as well.
No, it makes it worse. There were lots of options out there.
As the wine flows into, as wine flows into his nipples, that probably helps aerate things a little bit.
There were some wonderful ones. You pour the wine in, and there's one with it's kind of twisty, like a roller coaster, and it all just smashes into it and aerates it on the way down. But I thought it looked a bit too novel. I wanted one that looked classic and cool and neat. And I tell you, you're going to see it. You'll see it tomorrow. It's on its way. I have to go out and get some wine.
Great.
I'll have to get it ordered in because I'm on sale.
Thrilled. Cannot wait.
You sound sarcastic, Jeremy.
Really? Me?
Still, in fact. As long as you aren't drinking it directly from the decanter. Anyway, this is making me happy. Don't harsh my Buzz Killington. I fucking hate all of you. None of you are going to get a drink from my decanter. Even if you do, after lockdown, come around here, you can't have it. No, you can't. You're going to want it, but you're not going to. You'll be like, this is the right temperature and everything. And I'm like, yeah, fucking. There are some ones that look really super beautiful. The worst thing about this, I'm probably going to buy another one. By the way, if I want to do a tasting challenge, I'm going to need to decant them all, so I'm going to have an array of them. They'll all be in one of these. Like the fucking Brady Bunch. There'll be 9 of them out the back here. And I bought a wine book, which teaches me how to look at wine and how to swill the wine.
Devin Hester, you are ridiculous.
What Devin Hester has been responding is a response here. But he was isn't he a returner for the Bears? Or at least he was.
Yes, there wasn't a chat thing. That was me.
Okay.
But what is from the chat is my hap, says Kamen Rider, no longer a wizard. What I'm happy about during lockdown especially is online wrestling match studies. Yep, watching the WWE Network. I'll just translate that for you. Walking with my best friend and her dog. The doggo loves me. And honestly, I'm happy for your streams, Jez. I look forward to them. And that's you enjoyed Alex's stream yesterday as well.
Oh, yes. No, very pleased to have you there.
There is a lot more for you to delve into across our network. Get in there. We're all cool. If I may be so bold. We're all pretty fucking awesome.
And it was a fun stream yesterday. And actually, Kamen Rider, I think you were the person that's like, hold on, are these guys people? How can they hurt? What's going on with that? I'm like, yes. Kamen Rider, you're getting into that. This is why we love all these things. It's like, are they real? Are they not? If you've not watched Westworld, that shit gets covered, as you would imagine. So, haps. What have I said on haps? Oh, yeah.
You've got a few takers for your decanted wine in Captain Soro, welcome, and Little Cute Girl, welcome back.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And Nova. I'm flying over there. No, you're not.
You can all come over. I mean, I'm going to tell you,
maybe next year.
I have massively observed my quarantine since returning from Belgium. I have not in any way done the following things. Had my barber come round here to cut my hair, seen Eddie Stone, gone round to see Jeremy, or go out and do my own shopping. None of these things, stress, none of these things have happened whilst I have not left this flat I'm not lifted flat to get anything.
Not even wine.
Not even wine. So yeah. I don't know what's going on in the chat. But anyway, good news. After ignoring them for weeks, I finally spoke to my parents today.
Lovely.
And then, of course, my nephew and my niece come into the stream that we do on a Tuesday and a Thursday. And my brother was watching them play and watching me play, watching them watching me, watching me, watching you.
That's 100 bits, please.
Gotcha, touching you. Yeah, so my dad, who had said, I haven't caught your stream. And I'm like, mate, you never will. You never will. So when I spoke to him today, he said, yes, I haven't watched it. I said, Dad,
don't.
My mum's like, oh, do we have to watch it? And my dad's like, no, and no, we don't ever have to watch it. I said, thank you, no, because Stephen already watched it. And he said, yes, we had a chat with Stephen. Apparently you were swearing. I'm like, cheers, Stephen. Thanks for dropping me in it. Right, you understand, my parents don't like swearing. So my brother's like calling him up and said, I saw Alex on a stream the other day. He was dropping the F-bomb. I mean, I'm like, just shut your fucking mouth. But he didn't. So
siblings.
So yes, I did talk to them, and all I could think about was all the things that everyone was saying last night in the stream about the various things that my dad would say. It just made me chuckle so much. But yes, they were being very, very funny. And
I mean,
it's good, son.
In 2020, who still has a problem with swearing? Honestly,
my mum especially.
Has this year especially not been enough to go? Yeah, there's enough crap going on. I think a bit of a naughty word is okay.
My mother thinks that people who swear have a limited vocabulary, and I don't know, but I think
I would say that she's 100% fucking wrong.
I mean, does she not know me? I use words like fucking obviate. I mean, and I use the word cunt, right? So like, QED, like, motherfucker.
You said fucking obviate. In my book, you've added more to obviate by putting an adjective in front of it.
I said QED,
and that's English.
So I love it because I love to swear, but my parents think that it's a bad thing and they don't want it in their house, so I don't swear. But when I'm not there at their house, then I do what I want because I'm an adult and I don't give a shit. But yeah,
we had this a similar conversation right back at the beginning of this show, as I had a conversation with my mother about this stuff that I was doing, and she was like, "Oh, I might tune into that," and I said, "You probably shouldn't tune in. I swear a lot.
Never stream it. Never tune in."
And she said, "Oh, I don't mind a bit of swearing." I'm like, "Interesting."
That's an interesting point you raised there. No, I didn't get into trouble, actually, a little cute girl. I played it down. Pretty well.
He's in trouble.
I basically said to my dad, he said, yes, he said, Stephen said you were swearing. I said, yeah, I mean, it's
just a fucking little bit.
I should have said, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. I said, oh, well, I mean, it's the way it goes. The stream is kind of sweary and fun, but not too sweary, obviously. I mean, it's not super sweary. I mean, but like, it's just an adult thing and it's just jokes and, it's just banter, isn't it? And I was like thinking, oh, this isn't helping at all. But
remember what the MPAA says. Horrific, deplorable violence is okay as long as you don't say any naughty words.
Right. Well, there you go. I'll bear that in mind. Suffice to say, I don't think he cared. He didn't care. I mean, how can he care? I'm a grown-ass man. Haven't they already made the link that filling your sentences with swears is because your brain is running too fast? You need to fill the gaps, a sign of high intelligence. I don't think, and I'm not saying like I'm super, super intelligent or anything. I mean, that's for you guys to say. But I mean, I think they should know by now that my vocab is fine. It's gonna be fine. I've got by okay.
Yeah, Captosaurus says, haven't they made the link that filling your sentences with swears is because your brain is running too fast? You need to fill the gaps, a sign of high intelligence. And also, kind of on a related note, surely if you're talking about a vocabulary and you ignore this plethora of wonderful swears that's out there, you are diminishing your own vocabulary because there are words you're never going to use. What a waste.
Also, I love swearing when people don't expect it. And if I'm
like
speaking...
at church, for example,
the body of Christ, go fuck yourself. That with oh my god, please don't. This is the one that my dad must not tune in. My dad tuned in for like one moment. There would just be like the body of Christ, go fuck yourself, and it's like
now the Lord's Prayer, Our Father, fuck Shedstore.
Hallowed be
bullshit.
Thyself.
Be thy name.
Thy felt be gone.
On your shed, as it is from our stockroom.
Oh dear. Oh, no,
it's the gift that keeps on giving.
It is the gift that keeps on giving. Yeah, no, I like to speak in an accent that suggests that I am well spoken, and then tell people, "Would you mind awfully going and fucking yourself?" Because I think that's always fun to drop in when people don't expect it. Lots of
Brewster's here. Fuck Shedstore and fuck work. He gets
it. Indeed.
He totally gets
it.
He said you were swearing. Well, he's a fucking liar.
You know, Dad, my brother is a liar. Well, I should have said that. It says Stephen said that. Well, he drinks. But that doesn't hold up anyway, because I drink more than the rest of my brothers and swear more than the rest of my brothers. I'm the best son. I mean, I am the best son. I don't know if they've had a survey, but sometimes I drop in and say, well, your favorite son is here.
Perhaps you're the decanter of sons.
Oh, wonderful, expensive, and beautifully
and
blown.
Pointless, utterly.
I'm the
Kamen Rider, not a wizard, says, but to be honest, I don't understand swear words. Why is piss and shit a swear word? They just mean piss and shit, like wee and poo. What the fuck is so bad?
Oh, now this is excellent.
This actually brings me to a story. Would you like to hear a story?
Yes.
I think somebody else mentioned teaching earlier and not being able to swear. It's gone now. But when I was teaching and I'd first moved down here to Folkestone, in a new school, new job, in a completely different part of the country, and it turns out that different words mean different things in different parts of the country. So this kid in my class is giving it large and being a total fucking dickhead.
Mm-hmm.
And he throws out the word crap. And to be honest, I'm looking for an excuse to get him the fuck out of my class. So at that point, I marched him the fuck off to his head of year for saying crap. Turns out, crap is a bigger deal in Wales than it is in England.
It is much more innocuous here than it is there.
Yeah.
It's in Wales?
Yeah, like crap is up there with shit.
Wow.
Like they're on par.
I did not know.
So when I marched him down there and was like, he said crap, he's not coming back in my fucking class. They were like, really?
You use that word a lot. It does not mean what you think it means.
That's your standard? I'm like, well, then, it's not really, but he's a prick. I don't really want him here.
And he never came back in the room again. We've never seen that kid since.
In the end, he was excluded and sent to a behavioural unit. So he was a prick, but and it probably stemmed from that day where he was punished for saying a word that everybody says in the southeast of England.
When I was teaching years and years ago, there's a thing about teaching, I think, and you have to extol this kind of level of confidence. And you have to keep talking at all times. I mean, you can stop, obviously, but the point is you're meant to go out with an air of confidence and keep talking, keep going, and keep running it. And like, if anyone gives you some shit, you're like dealing with it. So you're constantly putting out fires, troubleshooting, and being like... Yeah.
Teaching is like stand-up comedy.
Absolutely.
You've got to deal with the dicks in the front row.
You've got to be doing this stuff. And you can't be like, well, no, you shouldn't. And you can't show weakness. You got to be on it. And as a result of that, sometimes things come out of your mouth that you don't intend. But normally, you're pretty good. But I remember being in a classroom, and it's not a good class. And this kid was being a little shit. And he just wasn't doing the thing that it was meant to be talking about stuff that was written around this picture of Jesus, because I was an RE teacher. And he just drew very beautifully a picture of the picture, but he wasn't actually doing any work. He was just drawing. And I went over to him and he was doing it. I kept telling him, I told him again and again and again. And I kept telling him, and I keep talking to him. And I'm like, come on, listen, you pack it in. And I just, listen, you're such a little bastard. And like, that is something that isn't cool. And the whole classroom just went like exactly like that. Whole classroom went like that. And inwardly, I'm like, oh, I'm fucked. Because and I can't come back from this one because there's no denying I said it. And he looks at me and he said, you can't call me that. And I'm like, oh, fuck. I need to think about this. How am I going to get away with this? And I said, yes, I can. I just did. Because you are a little bastard. And I doubled down.
Wow.
And everyone went, to be fair, mate, you are a little bastard. And the whole thing was done. It was just done. It was diffused like that. And then this kid, every time he came in, by the way, that kid was right as rain the rest of it. I don't know what happened. Every time he came in,
Michael, bastard.
Yeah, it was like that. He came in, he says, little bastard here, mate. And I'm here, sir. And I'm like, well, at least you're saying sir. But yeah, and there was no problems. But oh my God, I was like, shit. So there you go.
Kerry says, I work with teachers who have come from different countries, and I still remember when one of my teachers said, you're all being a bunch of twats, because it wasn't a bad thing in their country. I feel like we need a Jez teaching TV series like Bad Education. Oh, the stories I could tell you.
Oh, the stories I could tell you. That one that I just told you, actually, is the good one. Oh, my God. Shall we go on to... are there any haps? Anybody got any haps that we need to say before we move on to naps? Because
I think we've been doing them as we go.
Oh, okay.
Have you covered all your haps?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Let's get some naps in then. We're already on par to make this the longest this is happening ever. Again.
I love it.
We're breaking records every week. The same record.
Better call up the Guinness Book of Records. Longest segment.
Longest segment on Don't Get Me Started. Sorry, you can't have this one. An official timekeeper was not available.
Well, Norris McWhirter's dead, isn't he? So, I mean, like, I don't know what they're doing around that. The place is fucking chaos over at Guinness Book of Records. I got called a waste of space. You're a waste of space, Tonk. That's a quote. Yeah, what's nap for you, Jeremy? What's nap?
Not much, but one thing that has been nap is the utter ridiculous length of time it's taken my new video game to arrive in the post. Now, granted, it's coming from Japan, but I buy a lot of things from Japan. It's literally and figuratively my business.
Yeah.
But
you think you'd be good at it?
Yeah, well, I'm relying on other websites rather than, wholesalers and people who know what they're doing. Like, this company sent it, and somehow it's ended up in the Netherlands for like a week.
Mike's got it.
It's finally been released today, so hopefully, fingers crossed, it arrives tomorrow and I can play that.
What is this game?
Tomorrow. It's Kamen Rider Memory of Heroes.
Uh-huh. And what is it? Like sideways scrolling beat 'em up, like Streets of Rage?
No, it's actually a story-driven kind of episodic type thing.
Oh, I like that.
Which is different from their other games. Normally, it is just a Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat type clone, but no, this has got a story. Kamen Rider game. Can you play that on an English PS4? Yes, I'm going to. I intend to. Did with the last one.
At least Kamen Rider's on brand. Wait, did I miss something? Can I play it?
So it taking so long to arrive is nap, but it will be hap when it actually gets here.
It's a bit like my decanter. Not having my decanter right now is massively nap. But when I get it, it's going to be hap. It's going to graduate into the haps. Well, it's already in the haps. I tell you what's fucking nap is my Ethernet cable broke. I still don't know how. my Ethernet cable... I bought this beautiful new Ethernet cable, which was recommended to me by Reese, and it broke, so I'm blaming Reese. Happy birthday, you're welcome. He's not here, I don't think, but anyway.
No, he's watching the Wales game.
Oh, fair enough. And then somehow I got hold of your Ethernet cable, which is plugged in right now. I think it just appeared here.
Inexplicably,
I don't
despite
understand.
being in quarantine. I've no idea how that happened.
Did you send it to me? I don't think you did. How did it get here? Anyway.
I just, Thanos'd it over there.
Yeah.
I don't know if he can do that. I haven't watched
Well,
movies.
of course he can. Yeah, of course he can. I can use the DPS stone or whatever. And he DPS, UPS. DPS is a furniture store. No, it's DFS. Right. Anyway, so your Ethernet cable is snaked and wound up and bent round into circles to shit, and yet it works perfectly. And my beautiful new one does not work at all. So the fuck. So
I'm pretty sure I got mine free with
Kellogg's cornflakes.
With Kellogg's cornflakes. With some time that I signed up to yet another broadband service. They're like, here's an Ethernet cable.
You're like,
cheers.
All right, I'll use that later. Yeah, so I've ordered another one. Fucking hell. And the only other nap thing that happened
Here he is. Buy proper stuff, he says. Well, he did. He bought your suggestion, so...
I did. I bought what you said. A 6, actually, in fairness, now that I say it, I mean, the thing I bought, he didn't specifically say that one, but he said that brand and style and, well, not brand, but it was an actual cable. It wasn't a flat cable either. It was a good cable. But thankfully, he swung into the rescue again. We're talking last night. I've got another one, which has got the Reese seal of approval stamped on it. It doesn't say PSA or any of the other kind of other things or by appointment to the Queen. It just says Reese is the word on it, basically. So
cool.
And the other thing that's nap was every Friday they test the fucking alarms in this building. And I just want to rant because I'm fucked off with it. Every Friday there's an old man who lives.
Sorry, this isn't the place for ranting. Take it somewhere else.
He says, I'll send you one. I'll send you one. Please shut up, Alex. I'll send you an Ethernet cable. But please, I'll have more. They'll all break. There's an old man sitting next to me, making love to his tonic and gin. That's Piano Man. That's a callback. There's an old man who lives up the road whose only job is to come here, mow the lawn, tidy shit up, and test the alarms. And the way he tests the alarms is he presses the alarm button. The alarms go off on Friday at 11 o'clock. And then he unpresses it, and then it stops, and he goes away. And I never catch him. I look out the window. I never catch him. He's like, the Scarlet Pimpernel. And last week I was on a call and he did that alarm about 25 times. And it just went alarm, stop. And I'm like,
just as you were in the middle of a conversation, it's like he had a look into your room. It's like, so what I'm trying to say is...
And I'm like... And then it stopped. He did it about 10 times. Enough times that I thought, oh no, this is getting beyond the fucking joke. I'm going to fucking go and tell this guy. I'm getting like that. And as soon as I got up, it just stopped. And I was like, oh no, I think it stopped. Like it's the perfect troll amount. Like maybe 8.
I think it stopped.
Yeah. So then
anyway,
I got
back to what I was saying is...
because I wear my pajamas, which I'm wearing now, I had to go and find my jeans because I can't go down and that's not going to find it because the testing bit is the other part of the building. So I had to go all the way down. As soon as I got out, I'm like, I'll look out the window, catch him. I'm going to catch him. And he's not outside. He's stopped. He's stopped. So he'll walk out down the path. He's not walking out down the path. What the fuck is going on? I'll sit back down again. 20 minutes go past. It starts again. I'm like, did he sit there? It's just a guy and a button. It's not automated.
Him now. Hold on.
Fucking hell.
That's an appropriate amount of time.
It's Friday at 11 o'clock. I swear to God, on Friday at 11 o'clock, I'm going to go down and stand next to it. And I'll be like, now, how many? Hi, mate. And he'll be like, hello. I said, oh, you're coming to test the alarm? And he'll be like, yeah. And I said, now, might I recommend test it just the once this time? Because if you do not, I will fucking end you. And he'll be like, okay, then, blip, 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 blip. And I'll just stand there and watch him walk off. Because I swear to God, the other day, I was like half in, out of jeans off, shoes on, out, looking out window, sit, jeans back. I'm like, you fucking prick. Oh, my God. How can I be angry with something? I'm at home. This is the point where I can't be. This is why there's nothing to say.
Well, in a slightly similar vein, but nowhere near as ranty, my final nap is people lying about buying things on my website. Because I just don't understand it. So going through Facebook, and I happen upon somebody in a group asking, "Oh, by the way, what do we think of Toku Toy Store? Are they trustworthy?" And then there's a litany of like, "Yeah, they're great, thanks.
Yeah, they're all right.
I buy shit from them all the time." Blah 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 blah. And then there's this one guy at the bottom, the person who asked the question actually, is like, "Okay, great, thanks. I went ahead and bought this. Thanks for all your help."
Or something, I don't know.
And I'm like, well, that's a lie. Because right here are the list of orders.
And Godzilla Sword is not on it.
And yeah, and the Godzilla Sword, exactly, whatever. Yeah. And it's like, there is no order for this product, let alone your name here. So you are full of shit. For what purpose are you lying to random people on fucking Facebook about buying from a shop that you asked the credibility? What the fuck have you accomplished, you stupid prick? What the fuck?
You said, like, that's it. Did you say I thank you for your advice.
Said, thank you for your I bought this.
But you haven't.
But he hasn't. Never seen the guy before in my life.
You know, it's not that connected, but oh no, I just got to read the chat because like I think there was
I just spent £400 on your store and it didn't arrive. Can you give me £400 back, please? I'm 72% sure I bought something.
I think I saw a Tamzanaki. They seek him here. They seek him there in my Scarlet Pimpernel.
You did indeed. Yes.
Of all the people, I'd expect you to get that Tamzanaki. I'm just saying. I think that we have a kindred mind on this one. So
I would never lie to you, Jez. I haven't bought anything from you in ages.
That's why he's got shitloads of stock. Is that for him?
That's for him. You can
Bandai, they're still going strong. Do you remember GoBot?
In Japan, they are. The US and the UK,
not so much.
Fuck Shedstore, by the way, says Reese. Thank you very much.
Well said, by the way. Do you know, I had a friend of mine who used to buy loads of kind of toy stuff, like collectible toy stuff. His name's
friend
Matt.
Me.
No, but this story might also be something you've done. But like in Folkestone, there used to be a hobby shop called The Hobby Shop down the old high street. Don't look for it.
Inspired
anymore. And it for a long time you could, I mean, we're talking like 90s. There was a Star Trek Next Generation collectible card game that we used to play, which was, by the way, fucking amazing. And we all had a lot of fun playing it, and you could go and buy those cards. But it also had a whole bunch of model kits. So it would like have models of Star Trek figures or Star Wars or Doctor Who, and you would get them, and then you'd make them and paint them, and that's how making models works. And my friend, and there was another place like this in Ashford, and my friend had a habit of going in there and going, "Oh my god, this is amazing. This is the Fourth Doctor. This is Tom Baker. This is amazing. I've never seen anything like that. I don't have the money now, but perhaps you could hold on to it for me, and I'll get it when it's payday. Just put it aside for me." Or he'd ask someone to book something like get something in for him. Like do you know? I'll tell you what. I really want Colin Baker. I really want a Dalek. And you go, "Oh yeah, we can get you one of those." And so we go, "Yeah, here's my name, blah blah blah." But then he had this kind of buyer's remorse, thinking, actually, I don't think I'm ever going to make that thing. So I don't really want it anymore. But I've gone into that place and told him that I wanted it. But now I can't. It's been too long. So as a result, he gradually, slowly but surely, kind of like barred himself from all these various places. And I'd say, "Shall we go down and buy some Star Trek Next Generation collectible card games?" And you go, "Oh no, I can't go in there because I said I'd buy a Cyberman from them, and that was 6 years ago." And I'm like, "Right, okay, you're right. I'll just go down, shall I?" So I just got this thing everywhere. I was like, "Do you want to go into that place? Do you want to go in Games Workshop in Canterbury?" He's like, funny story. I'm like, "Did you buy some figures from him?" Like, "Not exactly. I ordered some." And I'm like, "Right." So these poor guys.
No, I get the other end of that. Like, "I want this. Can you find it?" "Yeah, I can. Yeah." 2 weeks later, "Here it is."
Yeah.
So
people put a deposit down for these things.
They do now.
They do now because none of that shit. Oh dear.
Right. Shall we move on to some other segment? We have reached the record-breaking part of This Is Happening. We can
want to be a record breaker.
We can put that record to bed for another week until it's longer again next week. What direction would you like to go in now?
I really want to just do the Am I the Arsehole, but we'll save those ones. Do you want to do Cool Wall? You want to do a bit Cool Wall? I don't feel I'm in an improvisey mood right now.
No, you don't want to improvise? We haven't done Haters Gonna Hate for a couple of weeks, really.
Let's do it then. Haters Gonna Hate.
Yeah, here we go. Here's the segment that we love a lot, but haven't done for a while. Maybe we don't love it as much as we think. It's Haters Gonna Hate.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks.
I mean, it's got one of the best things, so we should do it. So, guys, Haters Gonna Hate. You tell things you want us to hate on, and one of us will hate on that fucking thing.
Yeah.
I mean, if you...
The charm is,
wine,
it's something that you... Yeah, exactly. It's something that you anticipate that we will like, and Tamsinaki jump straight in with a topic for you. Alex, how do you feel about androids?
Oh, don't get me fucking started on... Do we still say that? Don't get me started on androids, right? Androids are everywhere. I mean, not least the fact that we see a lot of them in Detroit Become Human, and I love a bit of Westworld. And in fact, they're in another show called Humans. For a start, they're massively faddy. Just like pirates, and just like zombies. We've had enough. The world has had enough of androids. Like those other things, they're not as cool as you think. Dear filmmakers, dear TV makers, nobody gives a shit anymore. I think, therefore I am. Nobody cares. Stop quoting Descartes. It's bullshit. Like, we have examined these things to shit. We have put them under the microscope to shit, right? Every single one of these shows has examined them. And by the way, they always follow the same basic premise. They're nice to you until they turn into horrendous killing machines. Now, I have seen iRobot, and one of them turns into a killing machine in that. And I have seen Westworld, they do it in that, and the film for that. And we've seen them turn deviant in this game. I'm pointing at the box. And I've never seen Humans, the TV show Humans. But I'll bet all the money in my pockets versus all the money in your pockets that they turn into murdering machines. And that's not even beginning to start talking about fucking Skynet, which is the daddy of all androids and breaking Asimov's laws. What was the point of Asimov writing laws if we just went, you know what? Fuck Asimov. I'm like, no, don't fuck Asimov. It was funny the first time, but now it's just fucking boring. Androids are nonsense. And I never want to see another one until it's tomorrow night at 7:30. Join me then. Always be chatting. Was that hatey enough?
Very nice.
I was pleased with that one, actually. I said I wasn't in an improvising mood.
I'm feeling the hate. I'm feeling the hate. For those listening in podcast form, we are laughing at the new follow. Thank you for following Android Fornova. Heck, I wonder where that came from.
Oh, Android Fortnova. Why all the hate for androids? Were you not listening? I think I just... Oh, my God. There's a bit in The Simpsons, just if I can just jump in, and I can. There's a bit in The Simpsons where I think Homer Simpson is accused of touching some girl's ass when he's just trying to get a gummy Venus de Milo off her. And he tries to explain himself on cable TV, but goes off on a rant. And he's like, I don't hate anything. Well, you know, maybe that guy maybe those old-timey bikes, you know, I hate them. But other than that, I'm a nice guy. And anyway, the next day, someone cycles up to his house and rings the doorbell and he opens. All you can see is a massive penny farthing. And this guy says, so, I hear you don't like those old-timey bikes, eh? And boots him in the face. And it's fucking brilliant. And I just love it. It's one of my favorite Simpsons moments. And this guy, Android Fornova, is like, comes in, so, I hear you don't like the androids, eh? Oh my God.
Speaking of androids, here's Captain Brilliant. Welcome, Captain Brilliant.
Good
when
link.
the Borg are putting their fingers in you, you'll be glad Android data is there. I think you'll find they're tubules, actually, not fingers.
Oh my God. I'm both confused and love you at the same time. That's amazing. By the way, I'm not finished. Don't get me started on fucking Data, right? He's an android. Can we just...
We did this one.
Oh, yeah. I was hoping you were going to say that because I thought we had. Yeah, but he's an android. And that's fucking enough. Data and the Borg can stop. Ooh. Captain Brilliant, hello. Android for Nova. Does that mean you like Nova Charter? Because like when you say for, you normally like, such and such for such and such. And maybe this android loves Nova Charter. That's what I'm getting.
This is the account that that Nova set up to be his chatbot on his streams.
I didn't know that. I mean, I presumed it's my chatbot. What? Quick, get the chatbot. It's your time. Get in there.
It's my moment. Quick.
This is my moment.
Sign in.
It's time. They're doing androids. Oh, shit. I just clicked my keyboard. Yeah, Tamsanaki's like, okay, Nova, I'm going to ask them to do androids. Now, is your chatbot ready? It's like, no. Delay.
What? This 2-factor authentication. Fuck. What's my code?
Oh, dear.
Right. Where were we? There we go. Swansea was the topic that I was given.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, I can't really hate on Swansea.
No.
I can.
But I can. Don't fucking get me started on Swansea. Like, Swansea was a big part of my childhood. And let me say, having now been to other cities, what a total pile of wank the city of Swansea is. Not only is it living somehow in this bubble of the 1980s where they haven't updated anything for fucking forever, but they are clamoring so hard to keep that alive, I guess, is the word I'm looking for.
In a state of living death.
Yeah. Like, proposals come in for new shopping centers, new housing, new like big flat development, all that kind of stuff. But they're like, no, you can't use this area because this tiny little fucking shop that isn't open anymore and hasn't been open for 10 years is there, and you'll destroy it. Like, but it's not open anymore. Like, the people that run it are dead, and you don't go there, and it's just been littered with fucking posters. There's nothing to it. Let's burn the fucking place to the ground and put a mega bowl there instead. It's all good. Chill. But no, not the people of Swansea. Like, we must hold on to the bullshit. We must hold on to everything that doesn't fucking work anymore. And just when they get something to work, and this happened as I was leaving, the main like stretch of road through Swansea is called the Kingsway. And it was always utter bullshit because you couldn't get across it. It was like 4 lanes of traffic. They provided no real crossing points. You could push the button on the pedestrian crossing, but if you wanted to get across the road at any time of the day, then you couldn't do that because it would take forever to turn red. They fixed it. They made it better. And then they unfixed it and made it even worse than it was originally. They put in islands that just made people weave in and out faster, so you really had to fucking dodge if you wanted to get across the road. And then they made a part of it pedestrian only, and then undid that pedestrian only thing. But they had gone to the effort of like putting those like stone cobbles in to make it like more pedestrian-y. But then they abolished that and turned it back into the road, but didn't resurface. So you could just hear the cars coming at you at 100 miles an hour through the weaving in thing. Oh, I'm going to fucking die. They just haven't got a fucking clue what they're doing. Cardiff is a much, much better city. I'm not going to argue with research. I am going to argue about Newport. That's definitely lower on the pecking order than Swansea. But fuck Swansea. It's shit. Glad I don't live anywhere near it anymore.
Tamsanaki is like, I like the sound of Swansea, which is that lesser-known Simon and Garfunkel song. Yeah, no, I mean, I've never been. I don't think I ever will go to Swansea. Rip it up and start.
Been to Cardiff?
I have been to Cardiff. That was a wonderful time. We spoke about that.
Cardiff's fantastic.
I spoke about that and the anecdote about trying to sell an umbrella, which I couldn't.
You could.
I could.
But you got fucking cock blocked
by Plumber. Yeah. Oh, so funny. Yeah, I quite enjoyed Cardiff. I'd go back. Would try again. Would recommend. 4 stars. Yeah. All I see now is that Hello, Cardiff, my old friend.
She's trying to bait you, man.
Captain, I know she is. She will always succeed. Let me tell you now, Tamsinaki, it will always succeed.
I did a poo in Smee's toilet. It's Captain Brilliant.
I like how he broke it up between two. I did a poo on Smee's toilet. Yeah. By the way, that is a great story. Which bears
it is a fantastic story. Do it.
Yeah.
Why not?
I don't know that the whole story has to start with the fact that we needed to get one back over on Smee for trying to steal money. Oh no, it turns out I did say it. But anyway, I think there was some financial irregularities when we came on your stag do because myself and Captain Brilliant were coming. I was with my girlfriend at the time and we had a place to stay. Captain Brilliant did not have a place to stay, so he tried to shack up with Smee in the platonic sense.
No homo.
Indeed. And I think Smee, charitably I'll say, misunderstood how much the price was when he told Captain Brilliant how much he had to pay. Captain Brilliant might have a different opinion of that. But let you make those sort of decisions, ideas yourself. So anyway, wanting to get back at Smee for accidentally charging him £40 too much and pocketing himself, I said, do you know what? Isn't that the hotel you were going to stay in as we walked past? And everyone was out on the stag do at this point, and we were walking down to somewhere else. So we knew that the room was vacant. I said, what we should do is go in there and you can pretend to be Smee and go in there and say, I'm Smee. I'm not going to say his full name. It doesn't really matter, but like he's not part of this stream. You can go in and say, hello, I am Mr. Smee. I believe I've left my wallet in my room. Could I have the key for the room? And Captain Brilliant was like, oh my God, can we do this? I'm like, we can do this. We started to walk in. I said, come on, we can do it. And Captain Brilliant was like, I don't think we should do it. And then we got up to the top of it. And there's the guy. And there's the guy's like, can I help you? And we were the most suspicious motherfuckers ever. And we were standing there. And he was like, hello, says Captain Brilliant. I am Mr. Smee. And he went, hello, Mr. Smee. How's it going? And he goes like, yes, unfortunately, I've left my wallet in my room. He says, and I just thought he's going to ask for ID. He's going to all these things. And the guy said, and you want to just pop up and get it? No problem. There's the key. Like that. And we were like, thank you for I am him. Takes the key. And then we walk, we walk in the wrong direction.
Kind of looking over your shoulder. Like,
did this just fucking work? Anyway, the rooms are straight ahead and up the stairs, at which point both myself and Captain Brilliant turned the wrong way into the office section of it. And he went, of course, sir, it's just up there. And we're like, of course, we know that. He's like, of course, I know that.
We have been here before.
We've been here before. We are staying here for I am Mr. Smee. And he goes, of course you are. And then we walk up the stairs and we ruffle the shit out of the place. We were going to drink the minibar dry, but it turned out that Smee had been too cheap to get a hotel with a minibar, so I had to go without. So, yeah, Captain Brilliant did a shit in his toilet, and we left. And that was the story.
It was nice for him to do it in the toilet. It could have been on the desk or on his suitcase or something.
Well, there was the other guy staying there. His name I've forgotten, but who I can't remember the guy's name, but anyway, it'll come to me in a bit. Used to be part of Jafuli League. Rubber Dinghy Rapids, that guy who was Rubber Dinghy. Do you remember that guy? Kaz?
Oh, yes. Kaz, yes.
Yeah, so we didn't want to, we didn't know which bed was whose.
We didn't know which one was which. Yeah, okay,
yeah.
Fair enough.
So we both took our shit on both of them, collateral damage.
Why the fuck did Kaz have a hotel? He lives in fucking Cardiff.
Well, that's anyway. Kaz, man! Anyway, fuck Kaz, fuck Smee, fuck the Alexander Hotel, and fuck that shit you did, Captain Brilliant. I know what I'm talking about.
Lumberjack 3TTV, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to Don't Get Me Started, the ranty banty bullshit comedy podcast.
Let us know what you're happy about and what you're unhappy about, Lumberjack. Things I like, chainsaws. Things I don't like, fucking trees, mate. Things I love, gravity. Things I don't like, falling trees. Am I near or far, Lumberjack? Huh? Things I don't like, those fucking pythons. And never live it down. Shall I stop? Oh, no.
I'm content to let you go, to be honest. I'm like, where else can this go? Let's all find out together.
Let's find out how many more Lumberjack things. Things I like, balancing on a log, running down a river. Things I
okay, I'm done.
I have to say, I think we've hated. Does anybody have anything? I'm not going to encourage them to get anything. I think we've hated androids and we've hated on Swansea.
I think we have hated enough. And I
we've
think
given you some anecdotes.
We are ready now
to
move on to what has replaced Haters Gonna Hate as our favourite segment.
Correct.
Take us home.
Because it's time for us to go to that segment we truly love called Am I the Arsehole?
Am I the asshole? No, it's the children who are wrong.
Right.
I'm just
preamble.
Yes.
Yeah, you go on.
Yeah.
So, as we have done this quite a while now, a good 10 episodes, if not more. Am I the Arsehole being the segment in which we find Am I the Arsehole things from Reddit, discuss them, and decide who is the arsehole. Spoiler alert, it's usually everyone. This week, our offering comes at a suggestion from Lady Soro, who found this in, of all places, the Sun newspaper. Turns out journalism is dead, and now, people just troll Reddit to find Am I the Arseholes and write very long articles about them. Like, this article was fucking huge. And as you can see, the actual story is not all that substantial in word count.
This?
I have not condensed the. This is the original Reddit post.
Right. Well, can I just say...
You can say whatever you want.
Before, Lady Soro provided this to you.
She sent me the link, yes.
Right. I should say, at this stage, if you are somebody who gets involved in this and you want to provide us with an Am I the Arsehole, please feel free to find one you like and let us know.
Please. It'll free up a whole 10 minutes on my Wednesday afternoon. It'll be fucking brilliant.
Yeah, and you'll get it read out because we don't want to have to look anymore. Well, I don't really do very much looking. I did about 10. But anyway, mainly it's Jez, and he wants his time back. So if you've got ones that you want, feel free to lob them in Discord. We'll make a whole other channel. We'll make a whole
let's be honest, you listen to this show, you watch this show, and then you're like, man, those things are fucking ridiculous. Let's go find some more. And you're right there. And there are plenty. There are so many of them. So if you find one that's particularly good and you think that we can riff on it, please send it our way, and we will totally do that. Now, thank you, Lady Soro. Do you want to read this one? Can I read this one?
Do you want? You go for it. I don't mind.
Go for this.
I haven't read either, but you go for it.
Okay, I'm just going to need to turn my brightness up. There we go. I have had a really rough year. Laid off from my job, and I'm out of unemployment options. I do own my house and manage to scrape by to pay my property taxes and insurance with odd jobs, but I'm eating ramen just about every meal. Fucking love ramen.
Noodles are good. We said this yesterday.
I love my nephew and can't get by on the thought that I wouldn't be able to get him a birthday present. November 3rd, in case that was relevant. I scraped together whatever change I could find and bought him some lottery scratchers. And holy shit, he actually won. On 2 of them, no less. So, not 1, 2. No less than 2. Got it. One was for about $50, which was cool enough. But the second one was actually into the middle 5 figures. I mean, life-changing money. I can't say exactly how much, because in our state, lottery winners are public record. Right, and you've already shared with us his date of birth. So, yeah, we can already find the guy. So you're wasting your time by saying that. Anyway. His parents, my sister and her husband, are very well off. My nephew has a fully funded college fund and every material thing he could ever want. When I found out, I told my sister that it would be really cool if my nephew gave me at least 3/4 of the winnings. She asked if I was serious. I said I felt I was being very generous because I really needed all of it. She actually hung up on me. I texted my nephew, and I think he actually blocked me.
Actually.
Here's the thing. I need this money. It's a matter of me eating or not eating. He doesn't. Am I the arsehole for thinking he should share the winnings of the gift I gave him?
Wow, this is actually a really good one.
This is fucking amazing.
I think it's good because up until that point, I was like ready to say that she's the arsehole, but then I'm reminded at the end that she is like on not eating, like just like running out of shit, But at the same time, this was a present, Do you know, while we're discussing this, I have to say that we were talking about, I was talking yesterday about the Folkestone and Hythe Operatic and Dramatic Society, our amateur dramatics youth section we had. And the last night before the whole thing was going to get bulldozed for flats. So don't look for it. It's not there anymore. But on our last night there, I ran a competition, which I said would be the greatest prize that we had potentially ever given away on one of our nights at the theatre group. And everyone was playing this game. And at the end, the winning thing was a scratch card, which had a possible winnings of like £100,000. And of course, the girl never won anything, but it was always really funny because it's like this. I'm going to scratch it off, and it's so stupid. But if she'd have won 100,000, I wouldn't have been. That would have been it. We'd have gone like, there you go, off you go home. I wouldn't have expected anything back for like being the provider of it. I mean, oh my god, did she not have it in her head like he might win this? And then what?
That's my point, right? The thing that gets me about this is, so what she's saying is she gave him a gift with it in the back of her mind that he had no reasonable expectation of winning the money.
Wasn't going to happen.
So she consciously just gave him some bits of fucking paper to scratch a little bit because she had no expectation of winning whatsoever.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. Listen, I mean, it was, I don't know how much they cost. Here, you could get a scratch card for £1. So it's
or £2 or £5 or £10.
Yeah. Presumably, she might have gone for a £5 one, but presumably it was like she just spent $3 on her nephew, right? So with that in mind, could she not have found a real present for $3? I mean, but because
she could have given him like 10 packets of ramen.
Yeah. I mean, she probably had some of those. No, she would have died. But like, if she had that $3, she obviously thought to herself, oh my God, I've scraped around every place and I found no money, mainly because I'm not around to drop money. It was something you don't know about me is money falls out of my pocket. So if you go anywhere, I've probably got money somewhere. And so like, I haven't been around to Alex's house to collect about £500. So I've looked around my own flat and I've discovered, look, fucking there's £1 here. I found some total of everything, $3. And her brain went, $3 is not a very good present. If only $3 could be a big hold on a minute. This is amazing. I won't have to spend any more money, and it'll be fun for him. And he won't win.
I will give him the promise of more money, except it's not a promise, and he'll get fuck all.
But then when he does win, the audacity of someone to say, oh shit, he did win. Well, I mean, technically, that's mine. Really, at least some of it should be. If I was the nephew, I would probably go, if I was a good and nice nephew, and if she had not said anything, she said, do you know what? Enjoy your present. That was for you. That was for you. And she went back to eat noodles while violin music's playing or whatever, cello music, whatever you want to pick. And he'd gone, do you know what, Auntie? You need this more than me. And it was a very nice gesture. I know what you tried to do. Here, have $50,000. That would have been fine. But she was just like, give me money! Like fucking Gollum. Let's go to the chat because I feel like they must have something to say.
There's a fair bit, yeah. Let's go back up. Okay. There's more than we. What is her favorite kind of noodles? This noodle thing, it's got such a life of its own.
I know. She
is a see you next Tuesday.
You just won't go far enough to say it,
lady. Sorry, I can't wait that long to know what you think. The show is now. You understand?
Don't wait until Detroit become human. It's a gift. You can't take it back. He's also an arsehole for not offering to give some. Yeah, a little bit isn't over the top, but 3/4. Where did she get that from? She's like, I think I deserve 3/4.
The majority of it.
Like, where did that come from? Like, where did that figure come from? Why don't say half? My auntie gave them out as wedding favors. Would love to have seen her reaction if anyone won a large amount. That would be amazing. I got a golden ticket.
Oops, I accidentally gave you my scratch ticket.
Some tropical fruit bubblicious and some Skittles.
Like, hey, I've been sat on my opinion since I saw this. Fair enough.
No, so who is the arsehole, Jeremy? Because that's
so I think you've articulated like my feeling on it fairly well.
Mm-hmm.
The nephew is an arsehole for not offering her some money at least. Like, it sounds like they are close.
Not anymore.
Well, not anymore, but it sounds like they were close, and he would have had an impression of her financial hardships and the trouble that she's going through. It's 2020. There are lots of people in financial bother. Probably would have been good to check. But
By the
also,
way, sorry, yes, carry on.
at the same time, you don't fucking buy a gift for someone and then try and take it back again.
No.
It would be like me turning up at your house. Here, Alex, here's a pizza. Here is a pizza entirely for you.
Thank you.
And then I turn around and say, oh, actually, no, actually, I'm hungry. I'll have 3/4 of this pizza and you have 1/4 of it. How does that sound to you?
No, but that's exactly what Captain Brilliant does. No, he doesn't. I bought you some chocolate. Can I have the chocolate? He doesn't do that. No, he's very generous, Captain Brilliant. I made a mess.
On that note, I am reminded, Captain Brilliant, you owe me for KFC. Thanks.
The other thing is that, like, I'm eating nothing but ramen. What's a lesson I need to teach my son that if he's ever on the breadline, he should do? I know.
The noodle line.
Gamble. That's the lesson that we deliver to little kids. In this case, the nephew.
I don't expect my nieces to give me back their Christmas Lego, right? Lego's way more fun than 50. No, maybe it isn't.
Tamsinaki, you don't want to stand on that shit. Like, auntie is the arsehole. Be a good aunt. Be like Tamsinaki. I'm sure you're a good aunt, Tamsinaki. I'm certain you are. Well, the people have spoken. We have spoken. You are the arsehole. You might not be hearing this because you, A, don't listen to the stream, and B, you might be dead. I mean, you're on the noodle line.
You haven't been able to pay your internet bill and you don't have the internet anymore.
Yeah, you got enough money to pay an internet bill to post it on Reddit. I mean, now who's the arsehole, right? I mean, just... But, when all this shit was going down recently with lockdown and everyone was talking about, like, Marcus Rashford had said how he wanted to... he thought that the government should be giving free school meals and blah, 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 all that sort of shit. And some entitled backbenchers were like, well, I don't get the problem. If people have had kids, they should feed their kids. Anyway, if they don't need money, just sell some assets. And I'm like, the fuck, man? They don't have another house full of paintings. This isn't Monopoly. The fuck is wrong with you? So, but in this case, if she wanted to buy a present, I'm sure she could look around her house and find a non-noodle thing and gone, oh, yes, this board game of Pickle Rick that I got given by Curly, that's worth £20. Or maybe the nephew will like this. Re-gift. Make it. Bake something. Make him a cake. We've spoken. Let's go on to the next one.
Absolutely.
I will read this one.
Will you?
Well, if you want me to. I mean, I'd like to. I like reading. I like the sound of my
It's
voice.
well long. I don't want to touch that.
Okay, second one, last one, and then we're going to be out. Okay. My daughter's 3rd grade class has a kid in it. Good start. Who has something gravely wrong with her. I don't know if she's chemically imbalanced or what. I don't know why I'm reading it like I'm Edgar Allan Poe. My daughter's 3rd grade class has a kid in it who has something gravely wrong with her. I don't know if she's chemically imbalanced or what the deal is. That part isn't really my business. I just know that how it manifests is the child is highly disruptive to the learning environment. I can't keep this up. I can, but I won't.
Quoth the chemically imbalanced.
This girl will throw fits in the middle of class. Total meltdowns with cursing and shouting that grinds instruction to a halt. And worse, she'll be very mean, beyond cliquey, like needling into kids' deepest insecurities and making them not want to come to school. I brought my concerns to the teacher after my daughter outlined her initial few encounters with her, and the teacher suggested some conflict management strategies for my daughter to try, which led me to believe it was an issue between the two of them personally, my child and the mental one, this other one. But then I found out from other parents that their kids reported identical issues with the girl. We all got together to bully her properly. We all got together and spoke to the teacher, and she said that while she really wanted to help us, that she was bound by certain privacy laws about exactly what she could and could not say. So we went to the mother of the girl. Specifically, I and one of the dads did. Me fail English? That's impossible. So she wouldn't feel bombarded, but wouldn't be able to brush it off as one rude parents. We ganged up on her. Didn't say it. She vaguely said that, yes, her daughter is dealing with some things, but the experts, we've all had enough of experts, have recommended it would be best for her to work through them in a regular classroom environment and to learn norms being surrounded by her same-aged peers. So just peers. We tried to delicately communicate that her learning, whatever she was, coming at the expense of all the other kids learning their academics and feeling socially safe. But she more or less said in a kind but firm way, welcome to public school. Your kids are going to have to get along with all kinds of people. We first approached higher-ups, trying to instigate them to offer them an IEP. What's that, like is that a mine that goes off when you step?
An individualized education plan.
Oh, I thought it was like, you step on it if you're in Afghanistan.
IED.
Oh, right, sorry, yes. I was going to say, phew, this has gone off at the fucking deep end.
We offered them a landmine to put that fucking child out of its misery.
Just made it worse, if anything, and not better. I don't know what brainstorm we were on, but that was the guy from down the road. We were eventually able to find out they had been extended services and turned them down. And I don't think we were even supposed to know that much. But thankfully, we told Reddit. We are now petitioning to have the child removed from the classroom. There is a camp. There is a camp that feels as though this is against the foundational principles of the educational system. Jesus. Fucking Jesus. That everyone should be able to partake who wants to. And if we don't like it, we should take our kids out. Instead of forcing...
Sorry, there's a dick in your class. Time to go.
What's this red dot doing on my child's forehead? Instead of forcing them somewhere they don't want to be or don't feel is best for their child. Before this instance, I would have completely agreed. So now I'm wondering, am I the arsehole for doing this?
This is so layered.
Yeah.
First of all, Comrade Wizard, not a wizard anymore, says, could be autistic, sounds autistic. If it wasn't a girl, it could have been me. Let me say, there are plenty of examples of children like this. Troubled and troublesome children in classrooms. This is not an isolated incident in any country, in any classroom around the world, let me say. And then the other diamond comment is, I and one of the dads who may or may not have been fucking.
Reading between the lines. I went to see the dad, and after a sex session, we decided what was best for us each was more sex. And after that, we smoked some weed, and nobody knows what happened after that. So, we carpet bombed the child's house, and we put it to bed. I mean, it was hella long. I quite enjoyed reading it. I think the reading of it was probably the best bit, if I do say so myself. Posh cunts is all I can say to this story. Well, I did it in a kind of a posh accent. I can redo the whole thing in a common accent. It'd probably give it a different kind of feeling to it. Just imagine I did it, but like it was written by Charles Dickens. I don't know where to start this. Basically, I think the school has a duty of care to everyone. And if someone is disrupting, so everyone's entitled to learn. But if you've got someone who clearly shouldn't be suitably put in this classroom, then you probably need to put them into the special classroom where they don't fucking knife, stab, talk people. I mean,
the issue with that is, and I'm not sure if it's the same in the US, but I would assume it is. When you are put in this situation, which I have, and there is a child in your class who is clearly not suited for mainstream education, and
whether they said crap or not,
and spends their days systematically derailing the learning of every other child in the class, it is still almost impossible to have that child removed from your class as a teacher.
Fuck me, man.
There is no better alternative for them, and so they remain. Despite the fact that there will be options out there that would be better suited for this child, and they would have a much better time.
It says at the end of that bit, it said like other options have been extended to them, but they turned it down. It's like, by the way, your kid is massively disruptive, and would they benefit from this psychological therapy. And they're like, no, we will leave them to bully everybody else. It's like, okay, yes, no, just checking. No, it's fine. This is why I came out of teaching, aside from the fact it was bullshit on lots of levels. Oh my God.
Yeah. Little cute girl says, I've been put in a special class in 5th grade because I was not reading the right way.
Was it the book was
Yes.
upside down? You were like, oh,
though. But with the greatest of respect, those are not the children that we are talking about. The type of children we are talking about here are when asked to read a passage, rightly or wrongly, they will instead choose to sit under the table and then push the table onto another child.
Yeah. Though, I mean,
which I assume you didn't do in 5th grade.
No, and I don't want to belittle your situation. Although, if there's given a chance of making comedy, I probably will try and do that. But I love you.
Do it.
So,
I don't care.
Well, do you know? I don't know who's the arsehole. I mean, I think I'm the arsehole in this. If anything, Jeremy, for like taking the piss out of it while I was reading it. You know, at every given opportunity, I didn't give these guys a chance. Not even a single chance.
Well, despite everything I've said, let's not overlook the fact that in many of these situations, said children are utter penises. And there is an extent to which they can help it, and they're doing it deliberately. They know what they're doing, and they're being disruptive because they get kicks out of it.
Yeah.
There are so many children, and I'm sure Kamen Rider Wizard is in that camp where he mentioned about autism and genuine issues such as that mainstream education is not for them, should not be for them.
No.
But there are other options.
Yeah.
There are much better options that suit that child better, irrespective of everyone else.
I mean, normally
you got to be majority rule, right?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely.
As horrible as that is, it's like there are 29 kids here waiting to learn, and one of them is flipping tables and spitting on people and using the C-bomb at the top of their voice. They got to go.
Utilitarian.
It's that simple.
Greatest good for the greatest number, you know?
That said, this person is an asshole because that's not her place to do so.
I know, I do love her kind of like, it's like Guy Fawkes. So me and the other parents got together and we didn't want to call it like a little kind of coterie and we didn't want to call it like, you know, a coven, but we got together and we all cast a spell on that child. Yeah, I like the fact that they all get together behind closed doors and say, have you had a problem? You've had a problem? What are we going to fucking do? Anyway.
So we had a problem. So what we did is we came about it in as backwards a way as we possibly could and did everything fucking wrong. Am I the asshole?
Am I the asshole? Well, listen, we were quite sensitive to some of the aspects and issues in this, as we generally are, apart from when we're trying to make jokes out of them. But if you have any other options for Am I the Arseholes, do send them over to us, and we will definitely read them out because it saves us some time. Now, is there anything left you want to talk about? Are we going into anyone? Is it Soro?
We are going into Soro and Sonic Heroes. We are indeed.
Okay. Do you want a palate cleanser of talking bullshit, or do you want to just read out the network thing? And because it's a bit heavy just at the end there. I didn't know if you wanted to say fuck Shedstore or something and bring us all back up again and remind us.
I mean,
do you know what I mean?
Both.
And not enough to kind of like.
I'm sure we can find a way to take the piss out of the schedule.
Yeah, anything really. I mean, it doesn't matter.
There you go. Kamen Rider Wizard kicks us off with Jez is going into Soro. Giggity.
There we are. Everything's back to normal. I'm just saying, just a little palate cleanser, which is something that you need if you're tasting lots of wines. That's what you need, especially if you've got a beautiful new decanter.
Fuck Decanter Store.
Tamsanaki, you're very sweet. That was a great show. Thank you, you two. The Jez Show Network has cheered up my lockdown life, no end. Earlier streams are hap to. Decanterbury Tales. Oh my god. Can't we just stop now? I'll tell you what, that's how we end. Tamsanaki, you fucking genius.
We are going to go and join Captain Soro. Go on, say it again.
Decanterbury Tales.